Welcome to the Luna Holistic Podcast. I'm your host, Geneva Robbins, and every month on this podcast, we'll talk about Reiki, as well as answering your questions on all things spiritual. We are gratefully located in Calgary in Treaty 7 territory. Thank you all and welcome to the show. Hello and welcome. This is Geneva Robbins with the Luna Holistic Podcast. Welcome. Today I'm going to share my top tips and self-care tools for the chakras. So the chakra system is one that we use all the time in Reiki and here at Luna Holistic with our courses, and pretty much everything we do has got a little bit of paying attention to these major energy centers that run through our bodies. And I find when we use the chakra system to help boost up our self-care, it can be a very powerful recipe to navigate change and big changes. And this is something that I have been doing for a really long time, but have been very, very aware of how much I have needed to take care of my energy over the past few months. There's been a lot of changes in the world, and also I've had a lot of personal changes with family members and people close to me passing away. So lots of changes that haven't been my choice or maybe any of our choices, but yet I've got to navigate them and get through them. And these are some of the tools that have been in my toolbox for a while. And oh man, have I really noticed how much I have needed these and used these over the past few months, the past few years. And I find these ones are ones that I just always come back to. There's lots of information about each one of them so that they are not just things that I think are good. They are also backed up by, in some cases, lots and lots and lots of research to show that these are really useful tools for anybody to try and use. So you can always check them out. But this is part of my toolkit for navigating change, disruption, really any circumstance in life. So I'll guide you through those. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. The very first one is the crown chakra. The crown chakra is at the top of your head, at your crown, and it is responsible for letting that spiritual, soulful connection happen. It helps you feel connected to something more, even if you don't have any spiritual faith or background. It does not matter. We all have a crown chakra, and it really just helps us with our place in the world and feeling like we are connected to something more. So for me, it's sort of like when you look up at the stars at night, do you feel connected? Do you feel like you're part of something bigger, or do you feel alone and isolated? So a well-balanced crown chakra makes you feel connected and makes you feel like you've got this solid place within the world. It also helps you understand the world and your place in it and where you're going in your life. And my top tool, which we are going to practice just now, is meditation. Meditation is absolutely life-changing magic. It's not easy for everybody to do. So I teach meditation all of the time. I practice it all of the time. And I really like to think of it as like there's no wrong way of doing a meditation. So if you're a person that struggles to get your mind calm, do not worry. The main thing is that you are attempting to meditate. It will do something for you, even if it feels like all that's happening is you just have racing thoughts going round and round your head. That's okay. It is like flushing your system. So every time you meditate, all of those thoughts that are in the background get an opportunity to rise to the surface and get flushed out. So, just like flushing your toilet, if you haven't flushed your mind toilet, it might be a little bit messy the first couple of times you try to meditate. That is a very, very normal part of it. It might still feel messy, even if you've meditated for years, especially if you're navigating big upheaval, or you've just gotten some scary news, or you're managing just the million things in life and the endless to-do lists. So we're going to do some meditation. It's our collective breath of gratitude. So you can, if you are not driving, you can gently close your eyes. I'll just guide you through this experience. You can just listen to the sound of my voice and just follow along, but don't put any pressure on this experience to get you anywhere. Just relax and enjoy. So you can close your eyes, take a few deep centered breaths, maybe a big sigh of relief, allowing yourself to fully arrive in your seat, noticing your feet and your legs, and just allowing the energy in your body to just settle a little bit lower, flowing energy all the way down to your feet, and noticing the energy within the earth, and just sending a wave of gratitude into the earth. Take another big sigh of relief. Just noticing the steady presence of gratitude and gravity, and just ever so slightly align your spine with the direction of gravity. Noticing the top of your head and reaching very gently the top of your head towards the direction of up, and allowing everything in your lower body to reach towards the direction of down. And just take a soft sigh of relief into that space between the crown of your head and the roots, the base of your spine, and your legs and feet. If you've been scrunched over a lot, just allow yourself to have a little bit more space for the energy to flow, for your breath to flow. And taking another big sigh of relief, you can gently wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes. Ah, there we go. That is just a little brief dip into a meditation experience. I really like, my favorite go-to thing for meditation is to just set a timer for 5 minutes and then close your eyes and breathe slowly. Don't put any pressure on it to get you anywhere. Just focus on relaxing every single place in your body that can relax. If your thoughts drift by and you start thinking about things or start feeling lots of emotions, that's okay. Just come back to your breath, noticing those slow, long, deep inhales, and noticing that just your breath and awareness will start to slow your heart rate. It starts releasing tension in your body and mind. And over time, if you keep practicing in this way, it gets easier and easier. It is a skill. It's a muscle. So the more times you use it, the stronger and stronger that meditation habit and that peaceful feeling will start floating over to you. But don't chase that peace at first. Just let yourself have the experience. There are many, many, many meditations out there. There are all kinds of different forms of meditation. We have loads of recorded meditations on the website. So please take a look at those. We have a profile on Insight Timer, fantastic app. You can get lots of different kinds of experiences with meditations. There's as many different styles of meditations as there are human beings on the planet, it seems. So if you try one form of meditation and it's not working for you, hey, that's okay. Keep on trying them until you find a style or a tool that really resonates with you. Guaranteed there's one out there. So be persistent. The benefits of meditation just have been so well documented in the scientific literature. And I encourage you, even without looking into all of the research out there, is run the experiment in your own life. Just try meditating for 5 minutes a day for a week and see how you feel. Just document it. Just do a little bit of writing, which leads me to the next one, which is the third eye chakra, which is at your brow, which is this balance between your intellect and your intuition. So there's these two parts of the brain, or two parts of how we can experience and interpret the world around us. Our third eye is most often associated with intuition, but it's not just about being visual and being able to be clairvoyant. It's about how we take all of the different kinds of information we are given, both from our physical senses and from our spiritual senses. So sensing energies and our our impulses and all of the little bits of information that we get from all of the different sources. And we put it together into a picture of the world and how we fit within that world. It is where we deal with our thoughts and our belief systems, is all happening at the third eye chakra. So my favorite tool to help balance the third eye chakra is journaling. You can always pull oracle cards and that sort of thing as tools. I love oracle cards so much. I even used a little oracle rune set that I made to come up with the idea for this podcast. Absolutely, those are fantastic ways of accessing your intuition. My favorite, though, is journaling. You can just ask a question of your higher self and then write down the response, or write a letter from the most loving source in the universe you can imagine and allow that energy to tell you wonderful things about yourself. But also just journaling as a tool, just writing down what you're experiencing and what you think. And I find often you can, within about 3 pages, you can get another layer on whatever it is that you're experiencing. And you're actually really smart. And you give it good advice to your friends. So when you're journaling, you get to give yourself that same wonderful advice. So do a few minutes of journaling. I really like pairing journaling and meditation together. So do 5 minutes of meditation and then do 5 minutes of journaling, even as a way of keeping yourself accountable to your meditation practice, where you're just, you get one of those little line a day journals and you just write a few lines of what you experienced in your meditation. That's great. Go do that. It works fantastically well. The throat chakra is the next one down at your throat, and it governs speaking So, and listening and balancing the two. So it's a center for communication. I really love, I mean, talking to other people is also a really fantastic thing to do. One of the things that I like to do for my own self care is singing and chanting or listening to music. Just and I really encourage you to actively participate in music making because it is so nourishing for you. So even if you don't feel like you're a musical type or you feel like nobody should ever hear your singing voice, hey, that is totally okay. As long as you are making a noise, it is shifting and changing the cells and atoms in your body. It is the fastest way to strengthen your actual voice so that you feel more confident speaking up. And music as well is really, really good and nurturing as a form of expression, but also as a healing, like healing through musical frequencies is something we do here at Luna Holistic as well. So sound healing is another beautiful way of connecting to this sort of living vibration and allowing that energy to balance your energy. But really, the go to is chant and sing. Put on your favorite song, sing along. If it's got uplifting words, all the better. But really getting your vocal cords moving is going to actually shift and move a lot of energy in your system. And it is very, very nurturing when you're feeling a lot of change, which is also what the throat chakra helps us with. So, expressing that change in lots of different ways is all really, really good. So, then the next one is the heart chakra. So, located in the center of our chest, it is the chakra that helps us with connection and self love and self kindness, as well as kindness and love for others and just life in general. My go-to for the heart chakra, there's many, many things. So being around people you love and, participating in activities that you enjoy, activating that joy circuit in whatever way you can, all fantastic. But my go-to self-healing, self-care tool for the heart chakra is mindful breathing. So taking deep, steady, slow breaths, even better if you can do it with your eyes closed, but really noticing the sensations and the feelings in the body. So, not necessarily chasing the thoughts or trying to think your way through problems, but actually noticing when a thought arises, where is the feeling sensation within the body? Is there any place that is tense? Is there any place that is holding any kind of energy? So is your jaw clenched? Are your shoulders up by your ears? Do you feel like your back and your butt are just clenched? Your feet are curled? Where is the physical tension happening within your body? And then I do this process that I call breathing into it. I've probably heard this from many different yoga teachers throughout my time, but it is basically where you focus on the area that you notice the tension. So, say it's in your jaw, a really common place to hold a lot of tension, especially if you're biting backwards. So, you notice the tension in your jaw, and then you consciously soften the muscle as much as you can. So you create a little space in your jaw. And then while you're holding your attention on the jaw, you breathe slowly and deeply and encourage that space to open up and soften. Almost like you could imagine the muscles elongating or more oxygen going to those tissues. Just imagining creating space around the feeling, space around whatever is present. And then hold your attention there for for a few moments to a few minutes, and then just become curious about what happens. So often when you are breathing into a sensation, it starts shifting and changing because just your simple awareness bring energy into those spaces. So then it starts changing and shifting, and then maybe the tension completely disappears. So then maybe now you feel it at the back of your neck. Great. So then you shift your attention to the back of your neck and then you breathe into that space. You create energy and light around it. You imagine it softening or all the tissues flowing. And you just keep staying with it for maybe 15 minutes or something like that. Even 5 minutes will create a shift in your physiology. It starts calming your nervous system right away. And then just notice if you might start doing natural yawns, which is, you might yawn or feel like an urge to stretch or move. All of those are signals that your nervous system is dropping out of fight or flight and getting into that calm rest and digest. And even if you can't control anything else in your life, you can control the rate of your breathing. So as soon as you do that, your heart rate drops to match your breathing rate. It has to, they're linked together. So your heart rate can't race with a slow breath. It will start calming and slowing. So just even breathing in to the count of 7, breathing out to the count of 7, and do that. Set a timer and do that for a few minutes and see what occurs just with that really slow, gentle breath. And it shifts so many things in such a short period of time. And it's a really gentle and respectful way of nurturing your feelings without your feelings needing to be suppressed or pushed away. Because where are they going to go? Because you're having a lot of feelings about all of the things. So just follow that and see what happens. It is magic. It's my favorite. The next one is the solar plexus. So that is the center of light in your upper belly, sort of just below your rib cage in the midline of your body. The solar plexus is all about power and energy and making wise choices that sit well with you, trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. And really, the self-care tool there is making choices that align and being very, very mindful of where you're spending your energy. Your energy is your power. So when you make kind choices about where you're spending your time and your energy, you get your power back and you feel like things are within your control, even if many things are not. You can take that mindful focus on where you're spending your time and your energy, and wherever you can, wherever you're able, even if it's just one small little thing each day that you do for yourself that is enjoyable, that is spending time with people that you enjoy, seeking out experiences that are gentle, that are nurturing, and are just naturally joyous. All of those things will bring and build up your energy, especially if you've been navigating through a lot of heavy stuff. Then you need to choose light. And it's okay to give yourself a bit of a pass if things have been difficult, to choose light and lighthearted activities and things that bring you true joy. So if you find you're getting pulled down by certain interactions or certain, apps on your phone that destroy your sense of peace, you can give yourself permission to close those things down, put timers and limits on where you're spending your energy, where it's a net drain or a net sink, And then give yourself permission, because you're the only one who can, give yourself permission to choose things that build up your energy. And even if it's just a teeny little drop more of doing something that's just for you, even if it's just 30 seconds of something that is really, really sweet and fun, do that. Choose that. I have all kinds of lists of things that boost up my light, and it includes spending time with people I love, being outside, crafting, knitting, hanging out with all kinds of people, also recharging by myself. So having a bath, having a nap, all of those things, reading books just for fun, all of that is all on my energy lifting list. So just even exploring, even as I'm talking about it, what lifts your energy? What would give you a little bit of a boost or be a true source of joy and comfort, and would just lighten things just a little bit, even if it's just a little bit, that little bit can grow and it can expand. So, favoring those things and decreasing things that drain your energy, it means that you have more energy for whatever it is that you need to manage, which was crucial sometimes when you're going through times of big change. The next one is my favorite, the sacral chakra. It is located in your low belly, and it is connected with creativity, joy, fun, play, sexuality, and value. So feeling like you're a valuable and worthy person. The creative rest is my tool for the sacral chakra. I find that brings the sacral chakra into balance kind of like magic. So as soon as we are making something, my favorite is to make things with your hands rather than only staying in the digital landscape, which is great. And you can make lots of digital things that are very creative. But I find actually moving objects around in space is very, very nurturing to my nervous system. So I can get I'm a very sensitive little delicate flower. So if I spend too much time plugged into technology, uh, things go a little haywire for me. I get a little zappy. So the one of the things that is my favorite to do is I do all kinds of crafty things. So I knit, I sew, I make journals and books. I write. I just filled up all of my fountain pens with different colored inks. So just playing with color and form. I really, really enjoy this sort of light-hearted creative making process where I'm not trying to make it good. I am just dabbling around like I'm in kindergarten, right? And you just get a sticker or a star no matter what. Participation is the only indicator of whether you get a reward or not. That's my approach to creativity. So, really thinking about form and process, letting myself dabble with paints and all of those kinds of things, sculpting, whatever medium is inspiring you. Some people really love to cook or garden or any kind of thing that is creative where you're making something. It doesn't have to be good. So let go of that. It only just needs to, it's participation only. So you just participate in the experience and it will give you so much energy and will help you also move through and understand things in a little bit of a different way as well. So there's all kinds of really interesting things with art therapy that you could explore as well, where you're using art as a tool to explore your inner landscape and what is happening within you and what your emotions are feeling like and what they look like. All kinds of cool things you can do with that. If you're searching for something to do, my favorite is to doodle an affirmation. So just take a little tiny piece of scrap paper, whatever pen or crayon you have to have at hand, or all of the crayons and colors, and doodle an affirmation like, I love and approve of myself. I am a valuable and worthy person. I love me just as I am. I am good enough. Whatever you would like, you take that affirmation and you color it in and then give yourself a sticker. Job well done. So then the root chakra is at the base of the spine. The root chakra helps us feel safe. It is connected to our family and family environment, our home, and the rituals and routines that form the rhythm of our day. So the root chakra helps us feel safe. So it's one of the most important, especially if you're navigating lots of change and lots of unexpected things happening. Those kinds of changes can unsettle our roots, even more so if you have to move or you are shifting jobs or careers, or any sort of uncertainty or unsteadiness of at all can kind of shake up our roots. So there, the master healer of all healers is Mother Earth itself, or herself. The just noticing nature is the primary tool there. I do a process called grounding. There's a fantastic grounding meditation on our website. You can check that out. But basically, all you're doing is you are noticing wherever you happen to be that there is an earth below you. And that earth is providing all of your meals, every stitch of clothing, every molecule of air, every sip of water you take is all coming from this. That earth energy helps you feel rooted and secure and on your path. So just simply noticing the energy below you and then allowing your energy to connect with the energy of the earth, that all brings this balance. The best way to ground is to be outside in nature, or simply even noticing nature moving, or noticing your connection with all of nature. It is impossible for you to ever be outside nature. Even if you were in a very clinical office space, you are nature, and every single object in that clinical office space is originated from the earth, from a natural environment. That's where everything has come from, and that's where everything will return to once we're long gone. So even just noticing that or thinking about that can anchoring exercise of, I wonder where the tiling on this floor came from. Hmm, that might be earth right there. That's another form of earth. Where is there wood? Oh, that would have grown from a tree. Trees are part of nature. And so you can, with your mind, you can connect to that energy. And then it's a balancing and a flowing of the energy in your body lower down through your legs and into the earth, feeling that energy balancing back up. You can receive whatever energy you need from the earth, letting it all flow up to nurture and support you. And then letting anything heavy sink into the earth to be transformed. It's the best. So if you can, go outside. If you can't, do some grounding meditations and grounding practice. Nature is just by far the best healer. So if in doubt, if you're really overwhelmed, touch something ancient. Go to a forest, go find a rock, go to a river or an ocean, and notice that energy that is consistent and is eternal. And it helps us tie into these deeper rhythms of nature and the world and these deeper rhythms within us, and can really settle our nervous system like no other thing. Get your hands in some dirt, also very grounding. So now that it's springtime, it's a wonderful time to maximize your time outside if you can. And yes, well recommended. So, and last but definitely not least, especially if you are a sensitive person, guess what? If you've listened this far, you are a sensitive person, my friend. I know this to be 100% true. And sensitive people need to take care of their energy. So, tending to all of the chakras with all of those tools will balance all of your energy within your system, but you also have this beautiful little energetic package around your body called the aura. The aura ripples off from us in all directions of space, and it is the energy that protects you, that is a filter between you and the world. And that personal space energy around your aura is very important to keep light and bright and clear. So, Reiki is my top tool. Self-healing with Reiki is fantastic. So, if you're interested in learning Reiki, we teach Reiki here. There are also a number of self-healing meditations on our website, so you can check those out. Even if you haven't taken a Reiki course, you are an energetic person, and you can move the energy around your body just with a thought. So just even imagining a bubble of light all around you and then putting a radiant rainbow around you with red closest to your body, layering out all the colors of the rainbow right to violet, that most protective band of light around you. And that violet energy will protect you and keep you clear and safe and help you feel balanced throughout your whole day. So, just even imagining that energy around you will bring that energy around you. And it is fantastic if you are easily affected by other people's emotions and energies. The stronger your aura is, the clearer you will feel, the easier it will be to actually hold space for other people because you don't feel as bombarded by them. We've talked at length about the power of the aura and just how important it is to take care of your aura if you're a sensitive soul. It is one thing we are most likely to forget because it's not a physical part of our body or even a chakra that we're used to thinking of. It's the energy around us. And when we tend to that energy around us, everything feels clear and light and bright. And you feel strong and empowered. And there's just an ease throughout the rest of your day, even if things are very intense. And the more intense things are, the more you need to be suited up. And in Reiki, I teach a version of a Reiki hazmat suit, where basically you can use the tools of Reiki and the Reiki symbols to bring energy and light all around you. So then you feel safe and secure, and you can just go about your day and go to the grocery store and family dinners and talking to people about intense topics and feel centered and connected and able to flow through whatever you need to flow through, even if things are big and loud. So, those are my top self-care tools for the chakras to help you navigate the changes in your life and the changes in the world and just all of the transformation and growth we're just in right now. So thank you so much for joining me today. I very much appreciate you. And hey, share this with a friend. If you know a sensitive person, I guarantee you know at least one person who is sensitive and you feel like they could benefit from all of these tips and ideas to help you move through some big stuff. Please share this podcast with them. And if you'd like more help, we've got loads of amazing people at Luna Holistic who are so happy to meet you and help you, whether in person in Calgary or online. We are here to help. We love helping. It's our favorite thing. And please feel free to reach out to any of the practitioners and book us in. Yeah, just get that self-care in your calendar. Thank you so much for listening. We will catch you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us on the Luna Holistic podcast. We're so grateful that you are here. If you've got a question, we'd love to hear from you. Go to lunaholistic.com/podcast and we'll answer you in an upcoming episode. Be sure to subscribe to our show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And also please rate, because you never know where your little 5 stars will go to shine light into somebody's heart today. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.